2.7 people in this room who don't know it, I'm doing a show in March at the Marsh Theater, March 9th and 16th. If anyone's interested, I have flyers.
Which Marsh?
Here in San Francisco. And that's the Marsh Theater in March, not the March Theater in Marsh. Don't make that mistake. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Dan Brady.
Guys, you can introduce me so I can understand who I am.
Wow, that's all it takes? God, I need some help.
Might take a while.
I think it's our honor tonight to actually have our leader here at Sacred Grounds feature.
Yeah.
And when I think about Dan, I think when we come here, Dan is like the chef who invites us into his kitchen and allows us to cook and serve our stories and our poems and our songs and our riffs. And tonight we get to come to the kitchen and have the chef serve us his creative work. Dan's a practitioner of the craft. You know, we've heard his haiku, we've heard his love poems, we've heard his lyrically political work. So I'll let his poetry speak for itself, but one thing I wanted to mention or talk about before he comes up, and that is what he does outside of Sacred Grounds. And it's perfect because he's wearing the shirt tonight. You know, he dedicated his career to teaching second graders. And when you think about that, all the lives you shape, all the differences that you make, I think that's angels' work on earth. So that's Dan Brady. Please welcome Dan Brady.
I'm going to sit like this so that way in case I get weak in the knees, you won't notice. All right, so I have my glasses. All right. So to make a long story short, this represents my last 3 days. Yay, oops, yay, oops, yay, oops, yay, oops, yay, oops. And sometimes, never mind. And so I had a plan to make a plan, but I didn't really make a plan. So. But there's a theme. I'm going to start off with humor. And this is my ode to pee. Bless this water that has passed through me. Bless this water on its way to the wine dark sea. May this water catch a moonbeam's glint just so to shimmer in the eyes of a beauty's ardent face aglow. Bless it and all the waters with which it flows and blends. Bless that and all the air in which its mingling vapor ascends. By this means, bless the seven winds which carry it away over the seven seas to mountains, farmlands, every hill and dale, and into coastal fogs where it precipitates from trees. Nor forget sunset where its gleaming prism catches the sovereign's blazing rainbow hues, or, in the moon's silvery light, plays it at the limb of our pellicle of atmosphere to cast an eerie halo of high, austere, icy delight. Bless this water that once was I, that once was a part of my heart, mind, and eye. Bless this water from the one cup we share. Bless the passing of excess to spare. Yes, blessings pour each drop from the sky to clothe the world in the greenery we espy. Forever a river flows through us within. Thus do I offer unto thee this singular ode to pee. So then these actually have to do with relationships, women, love, and things like that. And then it gets into some horrible stuff and ends on some good stuff. So,
Just like your week.
desire. Out on the veranda it is quiet. A cool breeze greets my face. The crying and talking are hidden away. This is a big house. Its white adobe walls cool now. The wind touches the trees. I look out over the houses. A guitar is somewhere splendidly. My lips say these words, dead. She is dead. Her white hair will dry and fall to dust. I want to go out, away to the mountains. The illusions of memory, the colors of festival, the daily work and dinners ending in talks disappear. I look out to remember the seabirds calling as the sky closes over the ocean. I taste the salt on my lips. I remove my mother's black gloves from my pocket, the crumpled lace blooms in my palm. I cup them to my face, their scent of Sundays. It takes me years and years to answer someone calling my name. We invented the love relationship here. So, and this is Puzzled Words of Love. I got this set of magnetic word things that you put on your thing, but these are Shakespearean words, and they fell on the floor, and as I was picking them up. Always forswear slander, wicked envy, vehemence, or to deceive. Nor let dire discontent torment and tempt you. Wherefore? When you doth thus sanctify your manner, saying farewell to poisonous melancholies, mortals strike at one's bosom. Methinks myself we thus bestow love unto our very dreams, bringing to merry grace, light jest, and measured mercy. Friend, never therefore yield the fair breast, but vouchsafe it in full, lest death shall thine only lover be. Word of caution. And my wife, who could not be here tonight, this is her in a minor portrait, major portrait, minor major. Were it not for her eyes upon me, in that one intimate moment with mine upon hers, both of ours reflecting in and through one another's, were it not for this one moment where we were, as we have always been, together, so perfect, still, on that one day, one morning, where in one small moment we found more than can be found in all the eternities which came before, as well as those that will certainly come after. In that moment, were it not for her eyes upon me, in joy, in love, in the presence of all we hold dear, all indeed we hold of this world. Oh yes, for I might have wondered, were it not for her eyes, then and there, what would have become of me without all that? And this is a segue from that. Where is your heart? Right here, right now, this very moment. You know what I mean, not just the percussive muscular motions marking your moment-to-moment measures, but that singular, most intimate part which knows every little thing. Yes, the unending part, and how it takes you, and where it takes you to, and why you go along with its intimate, emotive feelings of, that's the ticket. Where is your heart when you dearly miss its peace, when you cannot take its pain any longer, and you beg it to please just stop the ache that comes as steadily on as each regrettable breath does, as each memory comes only to go, with each and every breath, as each hope or wish follows on. Yes, where is your heart tonight? What is it about? What are its intentions? How does it figure in your life? And what plans do you have for it? How do you hold it dear? How do you protect it? And what does it want of you? So, what is it always asking? Where is your heart tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Where would you have it be? What does it wish? And why? Why do you ever let it play second fiddle to anything else? You simple question. And see, this transcends. This again is another. Never mind. I'll start.
Segue.
Uses. Thank you. Segue. I was trying to find that word.
Nice.
You say. You say you are searching, that you cannot find it. You say you are lost. Listen, grasshopper, love is not a battleground where the bleeding losers are left strewn about to beckon for death's welcoming rap, longing for a final gentle word or touch from God. And I do not serve the angels. They have just about everything they need by now. As for you, aching in mind, body, or soul, who have acquired the taste for love, the thirst that seemingly draws one out of one's mind, I'll tell you what, you can find it simply enough. Go, give nourishment to all tender beings. Feed every wide mouth. Quench all thirst for love, and love as you would be loved, right where you are. Let your happiness wander no more, and so be requited. Let your beautiful lips and supple, passionate flesh open sweetly to all the love you can imagine. Yield to its want, and disseminate all those vital gifts you have upon this magnificent world of ours. All right. So that leads us into like the political reality realm of things, and this is the first of that. Beware, this is a brutal poem. And you wonder, where do these come from? I only take the notes, I don't make the books. Anyway, here we go. Why are they killed? It's a simple question, really. And today, at this moment, I direct it to the Saudi government. But, as you'll soon surmise, there's a lot of others holding on to the short end of this shit stick. I asked the men there, why is it okay to kill their own mothers, sisters, daughters, or lovers for phoning, texting, driving, enjoying the sun on their faces, talking with a friend, for dreaming of a life made up of their preferences, their choices? What does having a sense of humor, laughing beautifully, or wanting the simple things in life, liberty and the pursuit of happiness, have to do with brutal assaults and murderous battery, rape, slavery, or an acid slap face? What is it about family honor? Why, when we hear of their moaning or mournful imprecations, do we not call their men out? How is it we recuse ourselves and do not ride to their rescue? Is it because of the hijab? Where are the white hats? Yes, all they want are simple things: freedom of the mind, justice for the soul, and unlimited peace in their feeling, emotional hearts. When will we reach out our hands? When will we answer our own big heart's unending call for love? Inquiring minds want to know. In supplication, I proffer these considerations, these notes to everyone I know. Amen. So this one follows on that, and if you were at the word party last night, I read this here. Yeah, I think this is that one. Forgive me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, it'll be a surprise. So this follows that. Whose gentle hands reach out to receive the bodies that are brought in? whose gentle hands bear the simple folded cloth of white, whose gentle hands then wash the remains softly, sweetly, one last time, a blessing of ablution, and who, in silent reminiscence, feel a tear trickle now and then because of someone's hair or eyes being familiar, whose gentle hands then wrap the bodies, whose lips murmur, and who in concert bear up a corpse to lay it out gently for view, its face set in profound sleep. Women are veterans all. They've been in all the wars, all the time, battlefield or no, win, lose, or draw. Upon them are visited those nightmare haunts and aching griefs which settle in and become memories, memoirs, mementos, tokens, whose silent display tell all that can be told without speech. What do the women mean to do for the dying and the dead? What do they all pray for? How do they carry it all as life goes on and living becomes something else? Anything else besides what it was once upon a time. How do their eyes, searching, see this world after dressing wounds so deep, so red? How do their hands feel that which can no longer give feelings in return? Whose gentle hands, whose sighing wish may well be as nothing is, just as the care they take is when tending their own torn sorrows, or in sufferance how such has at them, no matter how long or far time or their simple journeys may ever take them.
Simple question.
This is on time, just so you know. Time comes and goes. Almost unnoticed, unremarkable, except for the changes we seem to think go along with it. What a strange concept, which is to say untrue. So much so that we'd have to invent the concurrence for our own sakes, not to mention that of others. Now, magicians use this feat all the time, and we, the duped, ever and always find no end of fascination with what they have us see. Truth be damned.
Yeah, it's working.
All right, so so these two should be the closing things. If they're not, I'll stuff a haiku in there. So this poem is several billion years in the making. I like to say that. So here we go. Long after time, what is? Long, long from now, when all that is now is forgotten, more than simply buried in the mind or the earth, more than simply covered up but gone, truly dissolved with the immense passages of time during which the earth has completely reformed its surface and is done turning under its continents, when every human thing has vanished beyond all hope of ever being found, when no living thing recalls our peculiar smell or fear, and life has recovered all it has lost. When all that is now is absolutely gone beyond anyone's knowledge of what once was, is, or might yet be. Long after time, when there's no forgiving or forgetting, when the quiet world simply rests through its long horizons, and the moon casts down innocent light, where winds are gentle, and the forests have come back unto their own. Long after all we dream of, when even the greatest of our myriad possessions have been broken down into the smallest of grains, and so have become part and parcel to the earth, and each is simply moved by the wind or the water, and all has been absorbed and recycled millions of times through plants and animals, the living carpet that life is upon this world, when there's no evidence of any kind, when matter is so purified until purity is no longer a relative term, and all is well. long after time has gone, when time is no longer a measure, when measure is no longer needful, when counting is as forgotten as numbers, and sense is a term only applied to the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, or touch. Long after time, what is, what will be, when peace itself is the only thing, and nature is let to do what it does best after the recycling of all we once were has erased all the details and leveled the playing field once and for all. Long after time, what is the chance that the earth will decide to try once more? To weave spirit into matter, manifesting such illumination as brings consciousness into life, and if not in human form, then certainly with a prayer that this time its promise will be kept.
Yeah.
Me, just say. All right, so all of that brings us to this. It's a poem on light, titled Light, Light, Light. Okay. And I'm closing with this. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate this. From the start of this universe until now, there has always been the light. Clearly, it is an essential factor, for what else do we all come to eventually enter right? But the light, light, light. No thing overshadows this. It's what causes this poor body, causes my fingers and to trace such moments as this, counsels the passion coursing my heart well, and what so enlivens my giddy soul tonight, but the light, light, light. Terms cannot describe or contain this. Actions provide mere indications. Lyrics might bear it so long as the breath bears them. Nothing temporal can truly be seen without it, and all things eternal are made up only of it. What else moves us within so as to create without, passing for inspiration's sight, but the light, light, light. And so, in the deep cold world of winter, when sullen, lifeless, and leaden heavens occlude the hope of celestial bodies, when the landscape beneath is set in a monochromatic display, yes, fish may still seize the day beneath their ice. Yes, furtive, burrowing survivors do abide, and the heart of an owl harbors its heated blood as it wings down silently after sighting its prey. Dark talons clutch the unwary or luckless. Where blood spatters on moonlit white, what else rules there but the light, light, light? What muffles the tolling bell better than distance and time? What rings it ever clearly to echo in the mind? What is the message it means to send all these years later? What do I do by telling you this? Why do such words as these make their way here? What causes my spirit to soar and my heart and mind to quicken? What makes a singular difference, no matter how seemingly slight, but the light, light, light? Now, when death is no longer that distant, dismissed threat, but present, promised, and immediately certain, your intimate companion, if you will, waiting on you, so to speak, hand and foot. Ha! What will move still until that very last? What makes its essential difference felt? What else is there to keep in sight but the light, light, light? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope it didn't frighten the children. So we're going to take a quick break like we like to do, 5-ish, 7-ish minutes, something like that, and we shall return in due course. Schmooze or lose? Talk or balk? I'll stop this now.
Yeah, beautiful. I wanted to pee more.
Yes.
I need to frame that for the That's just genius.
Okay.
Yeah.